All right, talk a little bit more about this thing of this is the best way. This world, then, is the best world, or the best way to the best possible world. What does that mean? Let's talk about it.
Well, if it's going to be a moral world, if we're talking about moral best, it has to be moral creatures. So first of all, it's best because he made free creatures. And in a moral world, you have to have free creatures. It's best to respect somebody's free choice, not to say, you're free as long as you do what I want. You know, like my son is free to grow up and become a doctor, but if he chooses to be a plumber, then I shoot him. Well, then he wasn't really free. So you have to give people their freedom and respect their freedom. So it's good to be free. It's good to respect their free choices. But as soon as you admit those two ingredients and that God will not force freedom, because forced freedom is a contradiction, then you have to have a world in which there is a possibility of a hell, a possibility some people won't want to go God's way, they want to go their way. They don't want to be with him, they want to be away from him, to which he says, Ephraim is joined to his idols, leave him alone.
Yeah, and that brings us to this statement. I mean, it's just saying it a different way, but it's so stark when you just say it out loud. Evil then has to be permitted.
If you're going to produce a greater good, it does, because it's the condition for producing a greater good.
Okay, talking about this greater good, because that still fogs people's mind. What is the greater good where we would have to allow evil to be permitted?
The greater good is, if you're going to produce a more God-like, the greatest good is God. So the greatest good for us to be is to become most like God. If we're going to become most like God and have God-like characteristics, then evil is a precondition for achieving that, because you can't get patience without tribulation. Tribulation works patience. You can't develop character without adverse circumstances, because that's what develops the character. So God has to permit this moral training ground type of world where evil is permitted, evil consequences occur, and we can learn from this and we can make our choices based on it.